Hi everyone and welcome to Service for the Community. I'm your host Matt Blow and today we're doing a very special Kiwanis episode. And today we have Larry, Jane, and Dee. How you doing everybody?
We're doing great.
Very well.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good. Well, first things first, Kiwanis Club, that's a word we haven't heard on our show before really. What's Kiwanis?
Oh, I'm happy to take that one.
Go for it.
Kiwanis is a worldwide organization, volunteers, and we are based in local clubs, just like we would be based right here, or will be based right here in Clarkston. Right now we have 8,000 clubs in over 80 countries and nations. Wow. So we are a worldwide organization of very dedicated people who are dedicated to help children. So whatever the needs are in your community, that's where we work. If you are in Manila, Philippines, for example, the needs there are feeding children. If you are in Bahia, Ecuador, the needs might be for a vaccination program. In Romania, it might be for kids who don't have anywhere to live. So we are volunteers who look at local needs and then base that right there with whatever your club wants to do, and that's what we do.
So it sounds like you guys have been around for a while. What's the history? Have you guys been doing this for a couple years, decades? How long?
Well, because it started right here in Michigan, I'm going to pass that to Dee because it's important that she answers that one.
Michigan is the birthplace of Kiwanis, and it began in Detroit in 1915, and the club was named Detroit Number 1, and it's currently active today, 102 years.
Wow. So it's been a little while.
We've been here a while.
Has your interest always been kind of children focused, or is that something that's kind of evolved or changed over the 100 years?
No, it's we're always service oriented, if you will. We do a lot of things for the service in our schools and with our youth. Our youth, we have programs that run all the way from infants all the way through college. And we're in, like, we have a Circle K, we call them, which is in the college, a Key Club, which would be in your high school. And so we have a whole gamut of different programs that we can offer. A lot of it's dealt with leadership and service.
Okay. So you kind of touched on it, but what are the specific service programs that are kind of maybe uniquely Kiwanis?
Well, uniquely Kiwanis, as I said, we have service programs in the schools, just like the adult Kiwanis clubs. The largest organization we have is Key Clubbers, which is the high school. And then we have Builders Clubs, we call them, and that's in the middle schools. And we have K-Kids in the elementary schools. And then we have college, which is college students. We have one at Wayne State and some various colleges, Michigan State, University of Michigan, some mostly the bigger colleges. And then we have what we call Action Club, which are clubs that organize for physically and mentally adults with disabilities. And that's a program that is growing because of that need is needed in our communities, particularly needed because we don't seem to be addressing, other agencies aren't addressing that in a way that needs to be addressed. They want to be part of it. And so we have those clubs or organizations that we support also.
Since our studio is located in Clarkston High School, I wanted to focus on the Key Club first. I believe you said that was the high school group. Correct. What are some of the things that high school kids would be involved doing if they were a part of the Key Club?
Well, they do things for both themselves. They would organize, they would have an advisor, and somebody from the adult Key Club, the Clarkston Kiwanis Club would be part of that, and when we meet with them, they would do projects for the school. There may be some things like cleaning up the park or cleaning up or doing some service projects in the school. And then they also do things with the local Kiwanis Club, like Salvation Army, ringing bells, or cleaning up a park, or maybe some other things that the Kiwanis Club does. They then become part of that. So we have what we call the Kiwanis family, which we try to make sure that our Kiwanis clubs are dealing with these organizations, the Key Clubs and the Builders Clubs, and doing things in their community and their school.
Sure.
May I just put a little plug in here for our K kids?
By all means.
Our Kiwanis kids are elementary kiddos, and I just finished my 19th year as an advisor.
Oh, wow.
So I've gone through lots of different kids.
Sure,
really
sure.
fun. You asked about projects.
Yeah.
Our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, which is what we have in our particular school, our 4th, 5th, and 6th graders wanted to raise money for one of our local charities, so they decided that they would have a car wash for the teachers. Now, it sounded like a good idea at the time, 4th,
Sure.
5th, and 6th graders with buckets of water and soap. And okay, you
Oh,
kind of
boy.
know where that goes.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, well,
yeah.
I'm smarter after 19 years of doing this. But the rich part of that is watching 4th, 5th, and 6th graders come alive with that whole concept of service to their community. And so we sit down at the beginning of the year with every one of our groups, and we typically have between 60 and 90 students in our club. Now, that's a big part of the Kiwanis family, to have even one little club to be 60 to 90 students
yeah.
who really look at serving their community. And so they sit down and they say, okay, here in this little place where we live, what do we need? And it might be that they made Halloween packs for the kids at school, in the hospital. They made crayons and color books and all kinds of little packs for the kids that were in the hospital over Halloween or over Christmas or any other holiday. They looked at that. They made tied blankets for the women's shelter. So
Okay.
they learned how to take those polar fleece blankets and tie them. It was
Okay.
really special. They do a special day for their teachers because they're looking at different people within the community that they feel need their help. Now, as they go to Builders, which is in middle school, their projects change a little bit and they become perhaps a little bit more focused on different needs within the community. Our high school students, that Key Club you talk about, with 275,000 students,
Wow.
the largest student-led organization on the planet. Now, I'll tell you what, those young people, those young leaders know exactly what they want to do in their communities. They go out and find that specific need, and then they work with people and they become the catalyst for change in their communities. They bring other organizations together to solve that need. So what we're looking at is their leadership skills, finding a need, finding the way to solve that, finding the people to help with that, and then they go after it. And
Do you
that's one of
find
the
that students that join maybe in elementary school, do they kind of stick with it all throughout high school, or is there a surge at a certain age or year?
Well, we're hoping, of course, that the K kids go right into the Builders, right into the Key Club, right into our Circle K out of college, and then come back to us as Kiwanians. And we're always here. The Kiwanis family is always open when you're ready to come back in at any time, because that need, we're hoping that Kiwanis is not something that you do, but someone you are. And that means
Okay.
you look at a community, you see where the need is, and you find a way to serve the need. So.
Interesting. So what are you hoping to start here in Clarkston, Independence Township? Because we don't have a Kiwanis Club yet.
Yet.
Right.
You will.
You will have one. We are going to open a Kiwanis Club here. We have representatives from a number of clubs in Clarkston for the next 3 days. And we're going to be contacting people. We're going to be meeting with the schools, the superintendents, and the various community leaders. And one of the things that we will be trying to seek out is, what does Clarkston need help with? What projects can we, as a club, be helping for the community? So and then we tie those all together with our various Key Clubs and K Kids and et cetera. So it's a community assessment, if you will, and that's what we will try to talk to the chamber and the various officials in town about what we can offer and what the Kiwanis Club can take out as a project, because that's what we do. We not only do the things for our youth, but we also look at the community to see how we can fit into the community and be helpful to the community.
Do you guys have a time frame where you're hoping to maybe your first meeting will be a certain month or a certain day?
We'll be here for 3 days, and then after that, our first regular meeting will be May 31st. And then I would like to also tell you that we've been very fortunate. I don't know if anybody's heard of the Kids Against Hunger program, where we package packages and we send them to the third world countries, or we keep a certain percentage of them here in the county and the location, but then a certain percentage of them are sent overseas. Now, we're fortunate enough to have the organization gave us enough materials and food to package 10,000 meals. And so one of the first service projects that we will be doing in June will be to get people together, and we will package those 10,000 meals to have them sent overseas. So that's the kind of projects that we do on and we also have partnerships with various organizations in Michigan.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to mention about Kiwanis Club before we kind of wrap up for today?
Well, we always have a lot of fun. Our meetings are fun.
Good, good.
Yeah.
We have a lot of fun events, and it's all tied to helping children.
Awesome.
One of the other things that we do, maybe Dee can expand upon this, but we also have a foundation. It's the Michigan Foundation, and we service 4 hospitals, and we pay for the life support people in those 4 hospitals. And the biggest one is Mott Hospital, the Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, and then Detroit Children's Hospital is another one,
And then there's one in Grand Rapids. It's Mary Free Bed. And then we have one in Petoskey in northern Michigan. And the foundation is a part of the Michigan Kiwanis District and who we are. Because we really want to help those children in the hospital have the best experience that can be. And sometimes that's as simple as the child life specialist being near the bed, talking to the child, entertaining the child while a procedure is being done that they don't want to anesthetize them for. So they distract the child, and a simple procedure is less painful for the child. And it's all about making things as good as they can for the children in the hospital.
Awesome.
Bottom line, what we're looking for is to make certain that every child is happy, healthy, safe, and loved
Sure.
in Clarkston and in every community worldwide. So if any of your viewers want to be involved, if they have a desire to help kids and help this community, by all means, we want them to be part of this wonderful organization, this wonderful family. So,
Awesome. And there should be a website at the bottom of your screen, or at least there was. So if you have any questions or want more information, you can go to that website.
Absolutely.
And I think that's all the time we have for Service for the Community. So see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.